Hey guys, what's up? It's time to do a speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra 5G versus the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G, and this phone is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 SoC with a 12GB of RAM, while the Galaxy S23 Ultra is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy SoC with a 12GB of RAM as well. So on the back, we have a quad cameras on both phones, and the S23 has a 200 megapixel OIS main camera, while the S20 Ultra has a 108 megapixel OIS main camera. We also have 48 megapixel, which is a periscope lens, which give you a 4x optical zoom with OIS. We also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide. It also has another 10 megapixel telephoto lens, which give you a 3x optical zoom with OIS. We also have another 10 megapixel periscope lens, which give you a 10x optical zoom with OIS. And the back on both phones is made up of glass. We have Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on the S20 Ultra versus a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and the frames on both phones is made up of armor aluminium. So on the bottom we have our USB-C. Again, with the Samsung S23 Ultra, we are getting S Pen, which you don't find at all from any other brand. And both phones also has a IP68 water and dust resistance with the stereo speakers. And guys, now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. So the S20 Ultra, it shows the logo first, and the interesting thing is that both phones is running on same Android 13 with Samsung OneUI version 5.1 with August security patch. So very interesting to see which one is faster. So S23 Ultra, it is faster when it comes to booting up. S20 Ultra also right behind there. We only have a 2 or 3 second difference between these devices when it comes to booting up. Guys, now let's talk about the displays between these devices. And the S23 Ultra has a 6.8 inch Quad HD Plus dynamic AMOLED with a 120Hz refresh rate versus a LTPO 120Hz on the S23 Ultra. And both phones also has a center punch hole on the top. Also on the bottom chin, it is actually a little more smaller on the S23 Ultra. So guys, having close up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. Phone dialer, that is very similar. So now let's open settings, also very similar. And now let's go to the display. So you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate versus a adaptive, which means LTPO 120Hz on the S23. So now check out some more apps. Now let's open Amazon Shopping with same Wi-Fi network. S23, it is slightly faster. Scrolling wise, both phones is perform really smooth. 120Hz, it is a silky smooth. Now let's open this. Again, slightly faster. So now check out some games application, and this way we should see a difference, I hope, between the Snapdragon 865 versus the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Let's see Candy Crush Saga. So you can see we only have 1 second difference. Instagram, similar. Let's see Pinout. Pinout, it is also faster on the latest S23. Snapchat, similar. Spotify, same result. And now let's see Subway Surfer, Snapdragon 865, 8 Gen 2, slightly faster on the S23, but it is only half a second difference. So let me show the speakers on both phones. First on the latest S23. Now on the S20 Ultra. As you can see in the speakers, it is really loud on both phones, but as far as the bass are concerned, it is much more higher on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now let's see PUBG. Big game. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 versus 865, which is a 4-year-old hardware. So 8 Gen 2 is faster, as you can see. S23 Ultra also right behind there. So guys, in that game we have smooth graphics with 90 FPS on the S23 Ultra versus a smooth graphics with extreme frame rate. So the gaming performance, it is also massively improved on the S23 Ultra, much more powerful, much more stable, also much more efficient. And now let's see Temper 2. Temper 2, it is faster on the S23 Ultra So at the end we have 2 second difference, which is not a big difference at all. Despite having S20 Ultra, it is a 4-year-old phone from Samsung. Still this one is running on Android 13 latest. Now let's open X, that is slightly faster on the S23. And now let's open Z. It is open up faster on the S23, slightly faster there. Now let's see the scrolling feels really smooth. As you can see, 120 Hz, it is really smooth. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Let's see which one will open the camera faster. S23, it is slightly faster, and the cam performance, it is also improved on the Galaxy S23. So on the S20 Ultra we have 14 megapixel sensor, while on the S23 we have a 12 megapixel. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using Samsung internet on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. So now let's open apple.com. Same Wi-Fi network, slightly faster on the S23. S20 is taking a little more time. Scrolling wise, no issue whatsoever, still really smooth performance on both phones thanks to the Samsung optimization, I would say. So next on the list is gsubmarina.com. Faster on the S23 Ultra, as you can see, 1 second difference there. Scrolling feels really smooth, no issue whatsoever. So now let's see RAM management on both phones, and both phones has a 12 GB of RAM. Also both phones is running on same OneUI with August security patch. Phone dialer still there. Settings, Amazon shopping, Candy Crush Saga still there. Instagram, let's see pin out. Snapchat, Spotify, Subway Surfer, PUBG it is not refresh on opening up Temper 2. You can see both phones is perform really good in the RAM management. X, Z, and lastly back to the internet browser where we left, as you can see. And guys, over I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that the Galaxy S23 Ultra is perform slightly faster than the Samsung S20 Ultra only in games, but in games we only have 1 or 2 second difference between these devices. In terms of the RAM wise, in that area both phones is perform very good in the RAM management, not a single refresh on both phones. And both phones also has a 5000 mAh battery size with a 45W fast charging support. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra versus the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram as well as on X, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.